And replays of this and other shows, visit WCRNradio.com. Broadcasting live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors Route Not Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium Randall Bird.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And we are broadcasting from Julio's Liquors on Route 9 in Westboro. Come on down and see us. We're downstairs in the Metro Station if you want to become part of our live studio audience. I think they're alive. Yeah, they're like it. All right. And joining me, as always, on the dais is the incomparable, the fantastic, the medium to the gods, Randall J. Bird.
That's right, Ryan. I try and channel different liquids through me and interpret what they're trying to speak to this world. That's why I'm the spirits medium. But, you know, I always
Oh,
have
really?
to
I thought
play
that was a
second
medium
fiddle.
shirt that you had on.
Right. That's not for quite some
No?
time.
All right.
But, you know, I think we got to get right into it because we've got a lot of big events coming up. And one of them that I just keep looking at is this wine stock thing. So let's welcome to the platform, El Rey.
El Rey is here today. We'll give him his intro music. There he comes, making his way to the dais.
The grape one himself.
It's the wine of the week. All right. All right, let's stop that nonsense.
Well,
okay, Ray is here. Ray has the wine of the week.
and carrying, this is the most careful carrying of a bottle I've seen. So let's get right into it. But I want to find out what he was protecting here. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Ray, what is the wine of the week this week?
The wine of the week is, and it could conceivably be wine of the year.
Really?
So here at Julio's, and this may sound self-serving, but we have a phenomenal array of red blends domestically, California, Washington, especially. But Ferrari Carano,
You notice he
Trésor.
said fantastic Ray.
yeah.
Oh, Ray.
Array, yes, yes.
I caught that. I didn't think I caught that, did you, Ray? All right, go ahead.
So Ferrari Carano, been around since the mid 80s, and you know, for me anyway, probably one of the great California producers, whether it's white or red. In this case, it is a red blend, pretty much about 70% Cabernet, but we call it a Bordeaux blend because there are 5 grapes in here, and they're all what we call grapes that originated
The
in Bordeaux.
varieties.
Yes, so it's Cabernet Sauvignon, about 70%. Then you got Malbec, Merlot, Cab Franc, and some Petit Verdot. So
That's the 5 Sacred Sisters, in case you were wondering, Randall.
I have
That-
no idea
a
what you're
Bordeaux.
talking about. Yeah.
that's right.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm giving. That's what I'm naming.
So
right.
the wine originates from Sonoma,
Yep.
specifically the Dry Creek appellation. And again, I always talk about aromas and flavors, and it's really subjective. We all have different sensory perceptions of what it smells and tastes like. But generally speaking, on the nose, the bouquet is going to be almost a toffee, caramel, a little cola, which is an interesting,
Cola
Kinda
nut,
yeah, like Coca-Cola.
like Coca-Cola. Okay.
Yeah, and you get some cassis in there as well. On the palate, you got, I mean, layer after layer of black fruit, black
Yeah.
currant, spice,
It's a
cherry.
deep dive into red.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's such a versatile wine. I mean, you know, obviously with a nice fillet or a nice
I get a
steak.
little eucalyptus on this too, like
Oh.
a tiny bit.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. A lot of wineries in California, on their properties, they're growing eucalyptus trees.
Oh,
And the oil from the eucalyptus floats in the air and imparts in the vineyards
really?
into the vines.
Did
So
not
you
know
do
that.
pick up some, yeah. So you do pick up some eucalyptus. There was a winery in Sonoma called Kunde, Kunde.
Good day, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And one of their properties was, I mean, loaded with eucalyptus trees. And boy, you could really pick up the eucalyptus.
Yeah, it would probably show up a lot more in a white than it does in the red.
It was white.
Yeah.
It was a white.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is okay. So I'm going to be straightforward. This is probably mine and the beautiful Jennifer's one of our favorite red wines. And if we're out about and they have this on the menu, we are suckers will immediately go. You got Tracer on the list.
Yes.
Damn, good.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a plug because the 111 Chop Houses, which is one of my favorite steakhouses across the board, the 111 Chop House, they actually have it, and we've been having Tracer at the Chop House. I don't know for how many years, because it's one of those type of things. Being in the business, and Ray, you probably do this too. I start scanning that wine menu, especially if I'm looking for reds. I start scanning the menu, and I'm looking for not the cheapest, not anything like that, but I'm looking for like the best value or the closest I think I'm getting to like retail, what the wine would go for retail on the list. And I know that I even printed it out because when I saw you bring this down, they're like $64 for a bottle of Tresor.
That's a great price for a
And
restaurant.
at a restaurant, at a high end white cloth restaurant, that's
Right.
a very, very good price. And you're getting a phenomenal bottle for that price. And I will make one other suggestion. If you see it on the menu and you are going to get it and you're at a nice restaurant like the Chop House, have them decant it for you. Because it'll just, by the time you get ready for your main course, and I'm presuming you're at a steakhouse, you're probably going to be getting a steak. It'll be like spot on for when you're ready for your main course.
This would also pair well because it's got a nice richness of velvety mouthfeel. It would also pair well with pork, like a pork loin, that type of thing. So it's not just for steaks. It's really a versatile red wine. The Merlot in the bottle, I think it's about 11% Merlot in here, just enough to soften it up.
Yeah.
But positively, if you could have this decanted, let the tannins dissipate, and all you're getting is that beautiful fruit. I opened this about a little after 10 this morning, so
yeah.
And it's still in the bottle. I mean,
it's still a little, but when I tell people this at home, they all of a sudden I go, you should decant that at home when you get it at home. Everybody looks at me like, oh, it's an extra step. It's like something fancy. I go, our decanter at home is basically like a liter, like jar almost. Like it's like it's got a flange at the top, but it's very basic, simple. I'm not going through any big bother here. I'm just taking the wine and transferring into another container. That's it.
That's all you're doing.
That's it.
And a little plug for upstairs in the wine department. If you don't have a decanter, we do have decanters for sale. They're Riedel decanters.
Yeah, those are nice ones.
And they're 750 milliliter. So if you don't have one,
you should invest in getting one especially if you're drinking red wine.
So just as somebody who doesn't drink wine, doesn't decant anything except directly into my stomach, you would want to, you're having a dinner party and you're going to serve this wine. And so you're cooking the food furiously. People are showing up at 8 o'clock. What
in the morning?
No.
For dinner? Oh, PM.
I'd be there at 8.
2 minutes.
Waiting. But it's at 8 p.m. How early do you decant as you're preparing for your guests to come over and preparing for the meal?
45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay. So at 7 o'clock, you just open it up, put it into this decanter. Does that left open at the top, or do you seal that back up? Is it just?
I just leave it open.
Leave it open.
Nice, leave it open.
Leave it open.
And then as you finish, or you get 2/3 of the way through the bottle.
If I'm having a lot of people,
You're
like
gonna
if
go
I'm
through
having,
it.
like my wife and I will basically pretty much drink a bottle. Like 2 people will probably drink a bottle through dinner.
Right.
When I decant the first one, I'm opening the second one and just leaving it like uncorked. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just so I have a rolling tally going as we're going on for the evening.
But do you ever re-put it back into the bottle?
You
for
can,
storage
yeah,
and
sure,
everything?
yeah, sure. You can. We have a little funnel. But you can put it back in the bottle. Yeah,
Yeah.
and do that. All right, Ray. So Tresor, Ferrari Crown Tresor.
1 minute.
What's the price?
So the everyday price is $39.99.
It's not a bad price.
Effective immediately and through next week, it's 15% off that price.
Okay, well,
So
I guess
that's
I know what I'm going home with
so-
tonight.
That's a nice little discount.
Yeah.
Ferrari Carano Tresor, $39.99. minus 15% for the next week.
Right.
Yeah, and I noticed you gave us very small pours. I think you're trying to keep as much of that. for
Well,
yourself.
Ray, the good part about it is Ray's going to
30 seconds.
Ray's going to have this bottle open all
Up-
day
upstairs,
day.
yeah.
upstairs. So if you want to try it before you buy it, that you can certainly do that.
Absolutely.
So
You can swing by Julio's Liquors, where we're broadcasting live for It's the Liquor Talking here on WCRN AM 830 on your dial. We're going to take a commercial break. I think you're going to be leaving us to go start sampling some more of this one.
10
yeah,
seconds.
we can leave him here. Let's see
And
where he
then,
feels.
yeah, we'll also continue with some Facebook Live over the commercial break. So please stay tuned on the radio, and we'll be back shortly.
That's good wine, Ray.
Oh, it's excellent. So trésor in French means treasure,
Uh,
and it is a treasure. Beautiful packaging on it.
Because
So-
when I work out, I get Trey sore. Very sore.
oh my God.
No.
No. Just
So
no.
here's another
Just-
deeper
just
dive
no.
kind of question, Ray, for you. So this group, please forgive me, repeat what the group
Ferrari
is.
Carano.
Ferrari Carano. They make the wine, right? They
Mhm.
grow it, they press it, they do all the stuff. But then they also have somebody who's exceptional at the blending as well,
The winemaker.
the winemaker. So it's not just that they're working with great products that they have control of in their own supply chain. They have somebody who knows what they're doing and consistently put out a very high quality product.
They'll have barrels, barrel of Cabernet, barrel of Merlot, and that blending process, it takes a while. But
Yeah.
that blending process, they're going, back and forth, taste till they,
And it says 2021. Does it stay there until they ship it out, or does it go into the store almost immediately and
In-
people are
in-
looking for the vintages of it?
there are a lot of wines in the world that they will hold on to it for a year or two before they release it.
Yeah,
This year, it's bottled and
it
shipped.
goes.
Yeah. So the life of this bottle is 7 to 10 years, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So if
But you're going to
people
be
are
about to
looking
get a
at
new
the-
vintage, right? New
Right.
vintage is going
New
to be
vintage.
ready to come out
Yes,
then, right?
yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
Very
good.
nice. Okay. Anyway, thanks for my questions. I just don't know any of this stuff.
No, I think it's great.
And I think that it's a testament to both the person who can do the blending, just like in a lot of the whiskeys and spirits, but also the fact that they're getting very high quality stuff that they have control over instead of sourcing it from other places. So
A winemaker tries to do the least bit of intervention when they make wine.
Okay.
But when you're blending 5 different grapes, it's a process. It's a process, but that's why these guys and
That's
girls,
why they get the big bucks.
yeah, they're
And-
these are 4-year college degrees.
yeah.
Mostly from
UC Davis.
UC Davis. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I have poured for you, Ray. There's yours right
Okay.
there. I figured we do. Since we're on the break, I figured we do something that not everybody's going to hear, so it's not going to be on the
Okay.
radio. Okay, so Blue Run, which is now a brand owned by Coors, believe it or not, Coors has bought are into the spirits business. They make a 5 Trail. They make a they make a Barman bourbon. Say that 5 times fast. And they purchased also in the mix, they purchased Blue Run, which is getting a lot of play out there right now. So they have actually started a single barrel program that we've been looking at,
1 minute.
and they sent us some samples.
Samples. Yeah.
All right, this is the one that it's called Chosen. I mean, this is Blue Run Chosen is the name of their program. And so this is Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This is proofed at 109.4. I will tell you that this is an 8-year-old. So try it, see what you think.
30 seconds.
So that's the one we got. We're actually going to bring this one down to an even 100. We're going to make this bottled in bond.
Yeah.
So this is going to be they get the butterfly on the label and stuff. This one's going to be bottled in bond. We're working on the name right now. I think it's going to be Butterfly in Bond or something of that except Randall wanted
Okay,
to say
guys,
it,
Randall
but we'll
put
see.
the candy back in the green room. Here we go.
All right. Coming back.
Two grown men broadcasting from a large cold room. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium, Randall Bird.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. And Ray stayed with us through the break. The great one himself has stayed through with Randall and I through the break. He got to try some preview of a bourbon. What do you think? Like
Great.
it? Yeah. All right.
Sure.
I can't see you shake your head on the radio.
Yeah.
No, that's something I could drink.
Yeah, it's really
Fantastic.
nice.
A single barrel expression of something that if you go to the Facebook, you can
Yeah,
try to
you can
figure
see it.
that out.
You can see it. I'm just not letting it out the butterfly out of the net yet
Right.
for everybody. But I wanted Ray to stick around because there's a couple different things that are going on or that already happened and stuff like that. But I think Randall and I always concentrate on, of course, what's going on in the spirits department. We do, we'll do beer, we'll do all the stuff, but sometimes we are lackadaisical about the wine. That's why we brought Ray in for the first segment to do the wine of the week. But there's also we're gearing up now that we're in sort of the summer range. We're sort of gearing up for other events and other tastings. They just did one on Thursday, this past Thursday. Oh, I should say Thursday.
Thursday.
Ray just so that was the Gigal
That was-
tasting.
That
So
was the
you
Gigal.
got to start paying attention. Go to juliusliquors.com, look under tasting events. You have to start looking and paying attention because that was a $10 gift card to go to the Gigal tasting,
Yes.
which I hear went over. There was like 30 something. It was like about 30 people.
About
20,
30,
about 30?
people. Yeah.
30 people in the tasting that get to try all the new releases of Gigal.
Well, we started with Rhone,
Yep.
white and red. We had a Crow's Hermitage. We had Gigondas. We had Cote Roti. We had Chateau off the Pop. There were six wines. and
Six
they were-
different wines.
Gigal's the portfolio. of
Yes,
them,
Gigal is
Yeah.
the portfolio.
and it's a pretty highly regarded one. I
Absolutely.
didn't Google Gigal,
You should have.
so I don't know this.
You
Yeah.
should have Googled Gigal because then you would have known. But no, but it like these are the types of things that like sort of creep up, and sometimes they don't get enough flash on them.
Yeah.
But going to some of these tastings are fantastic.
Well, a lot of people
ways to
know
go.
the Whiskey Wednesday, but the Thursday,
Yes.
which is different tastings, is it exclusively wine, or do you sometimes do some beers?
It's going to be awful. We're actually coming up with one soon that we're going to be doing is picking a barrel too. So
Okay.
you just sort of
So
go
watch
on
the
to-
calendar
watch
for
the
that.
calendar.
But I think that there's something on the horizon that we're going to announce.
Well,
That is a pretty spectacular big event.
this is a bigger tasting event that we're happening on Saturday, April 27th from 2 to 3:30. It's going to be down here in the Metro Station. This is Wine Stock 2024.
Okay.
And this is Wine Stock is a festival celebrating wines that are natural, organic, biodynamic, and made with minimal manipulation or little or no additives. So this is going to be sort of like wine, like stripped down wine, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
but it encompasses quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's all
this-
over the board, and there's all people from all parts of the world doing these types of wines.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, very little intervention. When they talk organic, you're talking certified. And
Certified
there's a
organic.
big difference between certified and non-certified. And the difference is this. To put organic on the label, certified organic, it's a costly process, number one, and it's a time-consuming process
Okay.
to be certified. There is a danger to those wineries because if their neighbor is
Right.
not practicing organic and the winds are blowing and they have a blight, they can't do anything about it. They got to rip everything up.
Yeah.
So a lot of wineries, most wineries, I would say, not the big ones, but most wineries in the world practice organic
Okay.
and biodynamic. They just don't go through the
The
process.
entire process.
Of
Correct.
getting the certification.
And this is also we get to the point because everybody talks about sulfites, right? Everybody's like, I don't want to wine with sulfites. Sulfites are naturally occurring. It's more you want to know if they're added or not, correct?
Yes. So without besmirching jug wines, they're loaded. I mean, they're just loaded with sulfites. They have to be. It's a preservative. The better wines have less and less sulfur, but you're right, Ryan. It's a natural, sulfur is a natural part of the process.
Right.
And that being said, we do have a couple upstairs that are sulfur or pretty much sulfur free. The problem with these wines, for us ordering them and putting them on the shelf, it has a very, very short shelf life.
Right. You do have to pay attention.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention on it because
But
Um,
this event has a cap on it for 250 people. So there's going to be a bunch of tables, bunch of stuff. And if you're worried about those added sulfides, probably not going to be at this event.
There will
Wines,
be very minimal.
minimal amounts.
Very
so always
minimal,
always
yes.
going to be ones that are, like, again, they're not adding them in. It's whatever
Right.
occurs naturally is occurring naturally. But here's the cool part. It's a $10 Julio's gift card. When you go to juliosliquors.com, go to tastings and events, go to it, click on it. It's a $10 gift card you're buying to attend the event. However, you can bring a friend. So each gift card is good for basically 2 people. So
Okay.
you're going to come in here for, we say it's $5, but it's a gift card.
Right.
So, I mean, it's money to use in the store too.
True.
So it's not exactly a fee to go, but it helps us gauge how many people are coming to plan for like food and other things. So
Is there a
it's out
danger of this like kind of selling out or booking up?
we have enough room down here. I don't think so because it's one of our first wine ones of the season.
Yeah.
We got a couple other events coming up. We got Tequila Rosé coming up the day before Mother's Day, which has always been a really popular one. It's all the rosés and tequila and mezcals. And then the day before Father's Day in June, of course, we have Gin Rummy, and it's our gin and rum festival. And those tend to be bigger, but they've been going on a lot longer too. So this would be a really nice one to sort of go to. It's like I said, it's an hour and a half in the middle of the afternoon. Go get lunch, come over here, taste some wines, bring something home for dinner or something, wine home for dinner and stuff like that. But it's a pretty easy way.
A celebration of natural, organic, biodynamic, and made with minimal manipulation wines.
Yeah.
And you can bring
That's
a
what we're gonna-
friends.
You can bring a friend.
Yeah. Wine stock, April 27th, which is a Saturday.
Yeah.
From 2 to 3:30.
So put that in your calendar.
I
And-
think we're going to be showing some orange wine as well.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
Orange wine.
that's another big big one that's sitting.
It,
Aren't you impressive?
That was a stretch.
yeah.
They all are, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten that. I've learned that over the time. Listen, we got a little bit of time before the break. Would you guys want to try? John's not here today.
Yeah.
He had something else to do. So Johnny on the spot's not here today. He cannot mix our drinks. However, I didn't know if you guys would be interested in trying something that
you concoct?
yeah, that I concoct. I don't know if that would
Well,
be.
you have a kind of a philosophy about whenever you mix drinks.
My philosophy is called mix it in a minute. If I cannot mix a drink in the minute, I am not really that invested in it.
Right.
And the only reason it's taking me so long right now is I'm putting ice in the glass. Otherwise, I don't count prep
The
work
minute
such as
hasn't-
putting
the
the
timer
minute
hasn't
has not
started.
started yet.
But you tend to use a very minimal amount of ingredients, something
Yeah.
that's easy, something that you can grab and throw together and still try and get some great flavor. So I'm interested to see what this is.
Are you?
Yeah.
You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
Right.
All right. So I call this drink that I'm making for you right now, I call a horny paloma.
Okay.
And this is made with Plata Hornitos.
Okay.
So Hornitos is a 100% agave tequila. That's a Plata, which is a Blanco, which is clear. As you can see, it's
Yeah.
unaged tequila. And then I just use, and this is very simple. I just use Fever Tree sparkling pink grapefruit.
Okay.
With all natural flavors, including a refreshing burst of grapefruit. The taste is juicy and zesty. No artificial sweeteners in this at all.
So a normal Paloma is grapefruit juice and tequila.
Yes,
Right.
or grape so.
And you're just
usually grapefruit
specifying
soda.
the horny Paloma.
Yeah,
as
because I use Hornitos.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Well, no, I mean, I didn't know if there was now going to have like
No, but what's
Coke
great
in
about
it.
no, what's great? Please, no. What's great about it is that again, I'm just differentiating some of the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's very simple. It's already done. I'm already serving it. That's how fast it is.
Yeah.
You may want to stir that with your finger a little bit, though. Tell the studio audience.
Ryan Maloney, the bane of hipster bartenders.
Yeah,
and
oh,
colleges
everywhere.
because they
Everywhere.
have long processes and accoutrement. Then you're just throwing stuff together that's easy, quick, and
They'll taste that though,
Yep.
right?
yeah.
It's if you count the ice, it's got 3 ingredients, but you could chill everything. I
Yeah.
chilled the
I can,
soda, but
I can
Fever
feel that in
Tree.
my statins.
Yes, that's the one
So
thing.
that's we should do if your grapefruit is potentially problematic, right?
It is. If you take statins, grapefruit usually is technically problematic. It's not gonna. I don't think one's gonna
Right.
knock you out, but be aware of that. It's Fever Tree Sparkling Pink Grapefruit and Hornitos Plata Tequila. That's it.
2 things thrown
2
together.
things. Yeah, and I
then
usually use like
what do you do,
in a
half,
regular.
half?
No, I
2
use-
minutes.
I use about it like a 3-to-1. 3-to-1.
Grapefruit juice being more.
Medium more.
Okay.
That's the 3. The other one being 1. So if you use
Okay.
1 ounce, I'd use
Yeah.
3 ounces.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about Fever Tree. If you get the little bottles like this for yourself, you can basically make yourself a drink and it's fresh and it's always going rather than open a big bottle and I think goes flat or whatever like that.
Yeah.
These are nice
This
and
is going to
convenient.
be a nice intro into the summer kind of
Absolutely.
drinking season. This is
Absolutely,
fantastic.
yeah.
Isn't that
Refreshing,
good though?
delicious. Yeah.
Yep.
I like using Hornitos in that one too. So that's a liter size bottle. We're gonna have another taste of another liter today. It's weird that I don't know why it's ought to happen, but we got like liter isn't typical size that people usually buy 750s or 1.75s, but some of the stuff liters are coming out in
Are you
better pricing.
championing leaders? Are you a leader of leaders
Yes, I
in
am.
the space? Okay.
Yeah, that's another tongue twister. Thank you, Randall.
Well, it's weird because I think that most people
1 minute.
understand the 750 or the 700 size.
Yeah.
For most spirits.
So it's basically 33 ounces. So 750 is around 25. Okay, about 25 ounces.
And the value tends to be fairly close in price, but you're getting additional volume.
Yeah, 750s, 1.75 is usually price per ounce is the least. 1.75 is usually the best. However, there have been deals over the last year or so with a lot of liter sizes going out at a
30
honestly
seconds.
better price per ounce than even the 1.75s.
Yeah.
So, keep your eye out. Don't just
If you have
automatically
something
reach
that
for something.
you're enjoying,
Yeah.
try and cross compare it, see what bring your calculator, check the price per ounce,
So-
and you can find some interesting values in the liter. It's the liquor talking. Sorry about the math there.
10 seconds.
That's okay.
We're normally just
You know,
drinking. And we're going to take a break on a commercial, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this commercial break, continuing live on Facebook.
Horny Paloma with Hornitos and Fever Tree. What do you
Yeah.
think of that?
That's one of my favorite
That's
drinks
like
that you've
really.
made.
I'm glad you had to like put that in it that you've made.
No.
One of my
You do
favorite
a lot
drinks
of the
Mix it in a minute.
right?
Yeah.
And some of them are good, but I'm not like a big fan of mixed.
Yeah, I know you're not a
Drinks
big fan
and
of mixed drink.
cocktails,
I mean,
so-
it's the worst. It's like the worst person to do stuff for is you.
Yeah.
You know that, right? I'm sure everybody tells you this
Yeah, it's about
because
everything.
you're like for a guy that's not picky, you're picky.
Well, I
No,
guess,
because you
I guess
like-
the thing that a lot of people kind of ask me about and stuff is that I don't like to mix a lot of the whiskeys with stuff
No,
because
I
they
get it.
spend so much time putting the flavor into it, and now you've got some artificial or some other garnish or something that's going to overpower the taste of it. So just as a whole, I don't really gravitate towards a lot of the cocktails.
Right.
It's not enjoyable for me because I'm trying to sip kind of like the pure, unadulterated thing, and sometimes you'll touch it with some water or a cube of ice or something.
Yeah.
That
And that's
make it
enough for you?
enjoyable. But so when you go into these, like especially the elaborate ones, I mean, I
No,
really
but John
enjoy
Phillips
like
last week was freaking awesome.
they're very good, but
Right.
like I just go, if it's gonna hide, but you're working with a plata or basically a essentially unaged
Tequila.
tequila.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're trying to sit there and taste, like if we were doing stuff with vodkas, you could sit there and sample vodka neat all day long. It's not really going to give me anything.
Yeah,
different
did you
or
notice
whatever.
though? But did you notice with like that the melee? I think it's how you pronounce it. It's the one from like there's a couple of them now.
The vodka from Jason Momoa.
Just Jason Momoa, they're only distilling once, and I got another one
Yeah.
upstairs that's 100% corn, and they're doing a minimal filtration now. And so like these vodkas, I hate using the term, but like dirty. They're becoming dirty, which is a way of saying that
They're
they're
not
letting
ultra
flavor,
purified.
right? They're leaving flavor
Right.
in the spirit now.
They've
Where
got to
odorless,
strip
colorless
everything
taste,
out.
right? Usually it's odorless, colorless, tasteless is your goal. And Randall and I like to call vodka an alcohol delivery system because if you want something that you don't want it really to lose its flavor, but you want to add alcohol to it, you add vodka.
Right.
So some of these things now are actually adding a component of flavor. So if you're using just, you know, a club soda or a tonic water,
Okay, 30 seconds.
it's actually adding flavor to the drink.
The thing's changing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that,
Yeah.
that,
I just thought it was interesting.
you know, they make wine cocktails too, right?
Yes, they
So, but,
do.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really help on the show to like talk about
No.
the cocktail itself if you're looking at the base wine. So,
That's true. That's true. That's great.
but many people drink something delicious.
Okay, 10 seconds. Here we go.
How about red wine with cola? Have you ever had that? Have you
No.
ever had it? Oh, we're gonna have that.
Oh.
Things that you didn't think
I'm
was so
sorry,
good.
I've
Yeah.
opened the.
You can tell them to put a cork in it,
Red
but
wine.
they'll tell you. It's the Liquor Talking with Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium Randall Bird. Live in the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio at Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. If you want to see the show again, go to anywhere you get a podcast, go to look for It's the Liquor Talking, such as Spotify or wherever. You can also get this on the Julio's Liquors Facebook page in the videos. You can find it there. And if you want to listen to it, just listen to it again. It's also, you can look at the archives at the radio station at WCRN. Wow. There's a lot of places you can hear us.
And I
All
will
of them
just say
bad.
that over the commercial break, if you're listening on the radio and you go back to look at the Facebook Live, you'll find this quick, easy drink to make. You're calling it a horny Paloma,
A horny Paloma. Yes.
but it's a delicious drink for summer and late spring as we get into those months.
Yes.
So,
Well, the other thing during the break that the studio audience didn't hear is I am going to start introducing. You just opened up a can of worms because Randall doesn't like mixed drinks, and he's like, "Well, you're mixing weird stuff. If you mix weird stuff together, I go, yeah, but there's some things that you didn't know actually go together. Like we did. Here's a good example. A couple weeks ago for St. Patrick's Day, right? We did we did Guinness, right?
yes.
And I made you a Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Which is Guinness and cola.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna find, there's some other ones that are really weird that you wouldn't like. People always say to me, I like Moxie and rye. And like, that's terrible. Why would you want something that tastes like, you know, battery acid and waterboarding, as Randall puts it?
Yeah.
But it's a very specific flavor, and those two flavors together actually go really well. That Trojan horse, I didn't think they were going to go, but they actually go really well. There's a couple other things like that you go like, no, and then you actually try them and they do. One of them is cola and red wine. Now,
Right.
Ray just like cringed. I think he's reaching for his knife. He's going to hit me. But there are certain things that you put together. You go
Right.
like, that's not going to go, and then you try it and it goes. So now I'm on a mission.
Right.
Uh-oh.
To
Uh-oh.
torture us.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're in trouble.
What
we're
the
the guinea
course.
pigs for these crazies.
Yes.
I think that just to clear up a kind of misconception about what it is, I don't mind if people enjoy mixed drinks, but so much of what I have to do for the job or for working in whiskey,
Right.
I have to do
It's
it
purist.
completely neat and straightforward to find flaws or excellent parts of that. And I'm sure the same thing happens in wine. So, drinking
Ray's concept.
cocktails and out and about at a barbecue and stuff, that's awesome. I think it's great that people have those options, but it's just a bandwidth that I don't normally. I need to get to the core.
don't
of
live
what
in that
this beer is.
bandwidth.
Right? If I'm tasting a gin, I don't need to have a fantastic gin and tonic. I want to taste how that gin tastes separately.
Right.
You know?
I get it.
So, but I think that it comes across as, and that's not elitist at all. I want people.
Oh, no,
that
no, no. I
enjoy
didn't
that
take
drink,
it.
but
I didn't
like,
take, no. I didn't take it as
sometimes people say
elitist.
like, oh, you won't drink anything cocktail. It's like, yeah, it's just not what
Right.
I'm into. So,
I just think you're the most picky, finickiest, a person who is not a picky eater that I know.
right. Well, I have a lot of
You're
rules, but,
you
like,
do have a
those
lot of
rules go
rules. That's
right out the
I think
window.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You have a lot of rules. Hey, speaking about food and no rules,
Yeah.
just so you know, Fireflies Barbecue and Julio's Liquors is teaming up, but we're even doing it better this time. We're doing a whiskey dinner from 6 to 9 on Tuesday, April 30th, featuring
Yeah.
Lock and Key private barrel selections.
Yeah.
So Randall and I are we're actually taking over the barbecue dinner this time.
Yeah.
We're doing a selection of stuff that we've done with Lock and Key.
Some of
And-
it no longer available, but
Yeah, I'm
some
gonna
of
do
it
some
to
stuff,
be
yeah.
available,
Or
and
to be
some of
available,
it
yeah.
that is available.
Yeah, we're going to be all over the place as far as like you let's put it this way. You're going to get some really cool whiskeys if you go to this thing. Like, I'll leave it at that.
And I have to be remiss in saying you're also going to get a massive amount of delicious food too.
We've talked about this ad nauseum on this because it's insane. So it's a five course dinner. It's $85, tax gratuity included. Of course, you must be 21. Reservations are required. Go to fireflies.everbright.com or call 508-357-8883. Yes.
A lot of information.
Like,
508
just look up Fireflies Barbecue.
8883
Yeah.
or firefliesbarbecue.eventbrite.com. And I think this is close to being sold out. $85. It's going to be 3 hours of
You know what the funny part is? They're
Food
selling
and
like
drink.
a quarter of it the night of the previous one. This
Yeah.
is going to be the last dinner. This is going to be the last full dinner of the season.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into summertime. Fireflies gets super busy. We may do. I think I've talked Steve Eulis into doing some stuff on the patio this summer. So it might not be like a course dinner, but we may have a couple nice little events on the patio at Fireflies.
And of
this
course, the
summer.
rider in my contract, I have to pre-approve all food a day before and then get extra portions.
And get it. Well,
make
I don't
sure
know how you
consistency
can complain about.
is
First of all, there's way too much food at these things.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
there is.
Steve needs to cut it back. I've said it. I've said it. Everybody can be mad at me, but there's a lot. Not only is there so much, but Randall gets my leftovers, and then he's got this neat little trick now that he tells the wait staff there's somebody sitting next to him.
Yeah.
And he gets their food too that's non-existent.
Well, they're going to show up later, and so
Yeah, they're gonna
but
show
I don't
up
want
later.
them to
I'm like,
miss any
yeah.
of their
So
portions. So, but then
I even tell Steve, I go, I don't even know how much you're spending on takeout boxes.
Right.
Because at the end of the thing, people are boxing stuff up. You've
Yeah.
been there. Matt's been there. It's like
Yeah.
it's crazy, but it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun.
I also got a chair.
You got what?
A chair.
You got a chair?
Yeah.
You walked out with a chair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had to balance all the stuff on it, so it was really a delivery system to the car, and then
Oh my
it just
God.
made it home.
Oh,
I may be trying to build in my basement a small recreation of the Fireflies restaurant.
all right. I go. Is this the sanctorum?
Yes.
All right, guys. I got enough talking. It's drinking time.
Yeah.
And
And
get
this
that
looks
down
like
to
a
real.
bottle of Woodford Reserve.
It is. It's actually a liter bottle of Woodford Reserve,
Your leader.
a liter bottle, and this was actually good since we were talking about Steve. Yeah, I'll give this to the studio audience to go pour.
So
for
when you're
themselves.
saying one and done, you're saying 1 liter.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's the new.
That's the new thing. This is a Woodford Reserve. This is actually a blend of 2 barrels put together. And this one is a lock and key bottling. It's a 90.4 proof. And this one's called the Brisket Man. It was named after Steve Eulis, the Brisket Man himself. Do you know the Brisket Man, Randall? The Brisket Man? Yes. So this is the new Woodford. This isn't a liter bottle. These are going for $65 a
Yeah.
bottle. So
So
for this.
I
So
mean,
I want you guys to try it. This just came in.
this has a dry wood spice that
Yeah.
I equate almost with like a wine. So as you taste it, right? See if I'm completely. I know I'm crazy, but see how crazy I am.
I love it when he asks his own questions and gives the answer. All right. So what do you
So
think?
in pairing this with food and a rich steak or something, I think it has what you would equate in wines as a very tannic kind of forward thing. It's not trying to be a wine, but I think this is designed to be paired with brisket and other meats. It's fantastic.
Actually, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Well, this is no, for the fans of Woodford, this actually does 2 different things. It has enough of the Woodford like DNA. So if you're a fan of Woodford, you're going to like this, but it's got a little bit more, almost like a flavor kick to it.
Yeah.
That would stand up to like barbecue foods and stuff like
Yeah.
that. This is one of the reasons we picked this and put these 2 barrels together was particularly for this.
Yep, for food
And-
pairing.
And for food pairing, especially for brisket. And they were like, we couldn't put it's a weird thing, but we couldn't put Fireflies on it. So we called it the Brisket Man.
Right.
So it's done. It was picked with our good friends at Firefly. So they'll have it there it's at the restaurant already, and we have it here too.
I am always convinced that Massachusetts names their towns weird just so you can know who's from the area.
Mhm.
But Woodford has one of my favorite town names, which
Oh,
is
yes.
Versailles, which everyone looking at it from outside thinks it's Versailles, named after the French court, but it
Yeah,
is
but that's
Versailles.
isn't that the whole thing about that too? Is like finally everybody understands that it's the French pronunciation overseas. It's Versailles, and then you get to Kentucky. No, right?
Right,
It's not Versailles. It's Versailles.
right. It's Versailles.
That's the same thing with a couple different pronunciations down
2
in
minutes.
Kentucky too.
Bullet,
Bullet would
Bullet
be one.
County.
Yeah, Bully County would be
not
one.
Boulay.
And bourbon, Bourbon. It's
Yeah.
bourbon.
Yeah, boom, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a nice finish to it.
Well, and have a great. It's a
Yeah,
nice long
yeah.
finish to this. This is really good. So this is now available in store. It's actually in store only right now. We only have 10 cases of this, and I believe 6 of them are already sold.
Right. So we're in the
don't-
home
don't
stretch of
let-
this.
Yeah, don't
This
let.
comes in the 1 liter size.
Yeah.
And so
Well, you know,
probably
Kentucky
would have
Derby's
stretched
coming up.
more if it was a smaller size, but we think it's worth that liter.
Yeah, that's
Sure,
one of
so-
the way they do it. So I like it that it's sort of a different size for this too. So
Yeah,
Check
Derby
that
is
out.
coming up. So
Derby
this
is
would
coming
be
up.
perfect for a mint julep or some other things.
exactly
Yeah.
Randall, you hit the nail on the head. Speaking of Derby,
Yeah.
you guys want to try it? You want to try some? You want to try
I'm
another
looking.
a rye? You want to try a rye?
All right, sure.
Sure. All right.
Sure.
So I pulled this
1
one out.
minute.
I pull this one out. We got a minute left. I think I can pour this in a minute. If I can make that drink in a minute, I certainly can do that.
Okay, so I'm looking at it. It looks like a
This is the-
pinhook.
This is the Pinhook Rye. This is, and the reason why I pulled this out today is our new, this bottle is coming finally. This is our 8-year-old Pinhook Rye. It's finally coming in. It should be in late next week.
30 seconds.
Pinhook 8-year-old rye. This one's called this is a lock and key selection called the Clubhouse Turn.
Yep.
113.9 proof. This is the 2024.
This will
release.
be in shortly.
Very shortly.
But the horse, the clubhouse turn, the Kentucky Derby, all coming
Yeah, it's
together.
coming on. It's
for
in-
this,
end of this- end of this-
10
release.
seconds.
Beginning way.
It's the liquor talking. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. And please stay tuned on the radio as we continue on with the Facebook Live here on AM 830 on your dial, WCRN.
Thanks, everybody. What do you think of that one?
Little sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually a really good. This Pinhook, everybody has been patiently waiting for this to come in. This 8-year-old because they just released Pinhook themselves released their vertical version of the 8-year, which is a small batch. We've been following right along in our vertical, but ours are single barrels.
Right.
And this 8-year-old went over huge when Sean was here from Pinhook.
Yeah.
We did it during the tasting. And this is about to drop. So keep an eye out. If you're not on our newsletter, you should get on it. Go to juliasliquors.com and get on the newsletter because
So
it
the
is
8-year-old version, which will be exclusive, you'll continue with other picks if they continue to pan out to be just as delicious.
Yeah,
But
you
how
know
many are in the lineup series right now?
So this is actually the Clubhouse Turn. there's 4, 5, 6, and 7-year-old are in now.
Right.
This is number 8.
So the 5th in the series.
Right. 5th in the series. And we plan on the plan is to go to 12. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 after it. So there's 4 before, there's technically should be 4 after it. So it is the Clubhouse Turn. It's
You
halfway.
didn't go for my idea to bring out the white sheet. bring out the tarp.
No, I did not.
No,
No.
you're gonna get
Glue
to the finish-
Factory.
Yes.
No.
Get to the finish
no.
line on this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna try. So, but here's the caveat of this whole thing is our goal is to get to 12. That's the goal. But I've said from the get-go
Yeah.
is that if 11, 10, 11, 12 don't taste right, it's
That's gonna
not
be the finish
that's
line.
that will be that whatever one is the last one is the last one, whatever it
Well,
happens to be.
I'm
I'm not
not-
going to push it to 12 to pick something that's not been up to
Right.
snuff, especially after you have this 8-year-old.
So
It's gonna be awful
there's
tough.
a huge misconception in whiskey that is if it's older, it's going to be better. And that's not always the case. We think
Not at
from
all.
talking and dealing with a lot of what we would call the old masters, Elmer T, Russell's, Rutledge, everybody in the kind of pantheon of making great whiskey, that a lot of it kind of peaks around 10 to 12 years. So if it starts to slide off or not be good, we will sacrifice the quality over the age statement, which I think a lot of people would try and just do a money grab for. But we're more worried about the quality than the actual age, because it's going to, I think, fingers crossed, this is developing nicely. I
It's
think
really
it
nice.
will get
Yeah,
there.
I think
but-
we're gonna. So far, right now, if this is 8, it looks like we'll. If we don't get to 12, we'll be close. It'll be
Yeah,
like 11 or something
exactly.
like that. But I think my hope is that we get there. Now, there's a lot of people that have been collecting these all along.
Right. So they have the 5 bottles.
Yeah, so-
well, with this one, they'll have the 5 bottles.
I'll ask for a big. If I don't think I'm going to get to 12, I'll pick the best one and ask them to send me just a bottle's worth.
Yeah.
And I'll have people come in and try it. If everyone wants to commit to it, then I'll bring in the 12 so
Yeah.
that they can get a whole set. But I'm not really looking to. I'm not looking
Right.
to. I'm not looking to bring something in that
You
we have to
wouldn't
be
approve
proud of.
Yeah.
Right.
exactly.
Right. Is sort of on that stretch. So, we're pretty psyched about the eight getting here. So we'll probably do a pre-arrival offer on this sometime next week.
Yeah.
So hopefully, probably at the beginning of the week, probably like Tuesday.
And again, you would find that information like on the Julio's.
Yeah, Julio's
webpage.
Liquors. Liquors.com. Sign up for the newsletter. I'll probably send it out as a newsletter. And then if you follow along our social media, especially the Julio's Liquors Facebook page, you'll
And
get
check
there
for
too.
the Thursday calendar to see what some of the events and stuff are that are coming up. Too.
Yeah, you definitely want to check that. I know we got one coming in May. We're actually May 2nd, which is a Thursday.
Yeah.
We're gonna have, remember Steve from Limestone Distillery?
Yep.
He's coming up. We're actually gonna pick a barrel here.
There are people who are orators,
All right, here we go.
who are speakers.
They cannot offend you because they know not what they say. Live from the Jim Beam Cold Storage Studio in the heart of Julio's Liquors, Route 9 in Westboro, it's the Liquor Talking with your hosts, Ryan Maloney and Spirits Medium, Randall Bird.
Everybody, and welcome back to It's the Liquor Talking right here on WCRN AM 830. You could actually follow me on Instagram. Go to Instagram. On Instagram, I am Whiskey Journeyman. No E in whiskey. Whiskey Journeyman. Julio's Liquors is on Instagram. Randall's actually on Instagram.
If you like
He
wasting
has
your own
nothing
time
there.
or watching paint dry, you could follow me.
The
because there's
Spirits
no
Medium.
activity whatsoever.
The Spirits Medium. Hey, you know what I didn't do today that I need to do? I need to do the Fever Tree question of the
Question
show.
of the show.
All right.
Okay.
So here's the question of the show. I'm on some of these. I'm actually hesitant about giving you the choices, and I want to see if you can just
Okay.
get them.
So you're going to read the question,
Yeah.
and we'll see if we can get to it without the choices.
Yes,
But
let's
we could
try.
call if we don't, if we're really
Yeah.
out in the weeds, we can call for some of the answers.
Sure.
Okay.
So
All right.
the Fever Tree question of the show this week is: what brand of bar guides was the primary source of cocktail lore for decades, from its first edition in 1935? What brand of bar guides was the primary source of cocktail lore for decades, from its first edition in 1935?
Now, earlier in the show, you know that I'm not a cocktail person.
That's right.
And this bar guide, I can kind of
You
picture
can
it.
picture it in your
If
head,
a
can't you?
person's name, it's a man's name, I think. I would like to ask for a lifeline, right? And
Yeah.
here's some of those multiple choice questions.
Okay. Does anybody? Okay. So the question, Mr. Frisco's, Mr. Manhattan's, Mr. Boston's, or Mr. Chicago's?
Mr. Boston.
Yeah,
Mr. Boston,
going with
Mr.
C.
Boston, Mr. Chicago. All right. So Diane said Mr. Chicago. I don't know where she's thinking, but no, she didn't. She said Mr. Boston too. It's Mr. Boston.
Yeah.
The Black Book.
Have you ever met any of the Bostons from Boston?
No, I have not. Have you?
No.
No, of course not.
I don't travel those circles, but certain people here are a Kentucky Colonel and a
Yes.
keeper of the Quake.
Yes,
Maybe,
yeah.
maybe they would have invited one of their schmancy events.
No, I have not been invited to any of those smancy events. I don't
Okay.
know what that even means at this point.
The fancy pants.
Yes.
You know.
Fancy smancy. Is that
Yeah.
what you're getting at? Okay, there you go. All right. You have a choice. We have well, here's the thing is Randall doesn't like this. Let's do this one. Randall doesn't like this. We're gonna do it.
Like terrible person who's poo pooing stuff.
Looks like a
I'm
big
like
drink.
a human garbage can. Anyone who knows me knows this is true.
Drink That by Brico, which is the restaurant in the North End. I think I'm pronouncing that Bricco.
Okay.
And everybody's gonna yell at me now. This is an espresso martini. Now you're supposed to actually see the stuff at the bottom. It's made with real stuff. You're supposed to actually shake this in a shaker, but John's not here today. So you guys just get to try it just
So
the way
what-
it is.
What is it?
It's an espresso cocktail. So it's
Okay.
it's a
Premixed
coffee
espresso
flavored. Yeah.
cocktail.
This one is 20% ABV. There you go.
Oh,
Ray.
well,
Ray will be a good judge on this. That's why I sort of said, all right, we'll have Ray do it.
All
Drink
right.
That. Is the name of it. Espresso martini. There you go. I'll give it to here. Hold on. Sure, we shake it for you guys. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's see. Smells awesome. I mean, it really there's a high espresso coffee aroma to it.
If you didn't tell me this was pre-mixed, I would think I was drinking a regular martini at a bar,
Right.
a coffee martini. This is delicious.
Espresso. So this is not in yet, but I guess it's coming.
It's,
This is sort of a sneak peek for us.
Yeah.
But you like that one, Ray?
oh, absolutely.
The Italian guy says it's good.
Yeah.
What do you think, Randall?
It tastes like coffee.
This is like it's not just coffee; it's an espresso coffee,
I
which
don't
is
know
like
the
this
difference.
deeper, darker
Oh, that's-
coffee.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
All right,
Very good.
what do you think? He doesn't drink coffee. Dan says it's good.
Hmm.
Diane, who answered Mr. Frisco, says it's good.
For some reason, she's taking a lot of heat.
She's gonna kill
She
me
is
today.
yes.
She's gonna
probably
kill
more
me after
knowledgeable than all of us.
Yes, I know.
combined,
She's gonna
so-
kill me after the show today.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's all right. All right. Did you like that though?
Yeah.
You didn't like it. It's really good though. I think they did a really good job of
They
this.
did an excellent job with that.
Now,
Uh,
doesn't a coffee have a certain kind of effect on people's bodies? Does that happen in coffee liqueur?
Yeah, this is made with real coffee. I'm sure there's caffeine in
I
this.
mean, is it a diuretic? Is what I'm asking.
I don't know. I think everything's a diuretic if you drink enough of it.
Yeah, but isn't coffee? Doesn't coffee? I don't know what I'm. talking about. Anyway,
No, and I'm gonna leave that alone because it's really weird the road you're going down. And I think I'm
Well,
gonna leave you stranded on that road.
I know some
Looking for
people
some
that
help.
drink a big cup of coffee because they want to get the whole party started.
Yes. And it does.
Are we really
And-
going? Are we going? there? Yeah.
Well, we're done.
You could drink. You could drink. Just so you know, you could drink a cup of hot water and have the same reaction.
I can't.
I don't. This is as far as I want to take this.
Okay.
I'm doing this one in honor. John's not here today. I'm doing this
See a
drink
Lock
for
and
us.
Key logo on the bottle.
There is. John just did under his Nom de Plume Frisky Whiskey.
Did a review of this.
Did a review of the new Riff single barrel that we did. This is a Lock and Key. It's a rye whiskey at 113 proof. This one is called Rye of the Storm. And you just try it and see what you think. But I'm gonna have Vinny put up on the Facebook page.
So did he
Give us a
slam
good
it or did he?
No,
give
John
him
does like
accolades?
really thorough reviews.
All right.
He even pairs like what type of music to listen to. That's how
Oh
thorough he is about these things.
Wow.
Oh.
my God. I used to do an elaborate one where I would do architectural styles and the whiskeys that they inspired.
Did you really?
Yeah,
No,
it went nowhere.
it went nowhere. Yes, of course it didn't. All right, so this is Rye of the Storm. He did it yesterday for Friday. He usually does a review on Friday, and he did it for Friday. So instead of us having our
And he was
3 men in a
excused
bottle,
from today's
Yeah.
show because he did his homework.
he
early.
did his homework early. But try this one. What do you think? These new riff stuff has been fantastic. We're almost out. I
New
believe
Riff known for their ryes, but also making some great bourbons.
They're
as
making some
well.
great
this
bourbons.
One is a rye.
Yeah,
But Ray, you seem to give the nod of
Rye of the
approval.
Storm.
Yeah.
He's
some
given the
great.
he's made a declaration of fiat, if you
Yes.
will. El Ray, the great
Yeah, a little
one,
bit, right?
enjoys
Great-
all of these.
Great lineup today.
Great lineup today.
Yeah.
We made
This
it okay.
year was
So
awesome.
he's pointing at the Woodford Reserve. You like
Yeah,
that one?
was
That's a nice
great.
bourbon.
Obviously, my not mine, but the little Espresso coffee.
Espresso coffee. You
was-
like that one?
That is a keeper.
Yeah.
This one here,
The pinhook.
that was delicious.
The
as
pinhook.
well.
Yeah.
Yep,
The 8-year-old.
yeah,
And even this new one, you like this one too?
I do. Yes.
Yeah.
I
You
do.
know what?
Note duds.
The side notes on this one though, I also noticed, and again, because I said, I wonder if they're getting. It does say clove. I was like getting a little bit of like clove in this one, and I was like, am I just imagining that? No,
Yeah.
it's there. Really nice. So those are all they're all a whiskey. I don't want to get into the last one that we got up here because I'm going to do something later on that one. So I think what we should do is we should do a yay or nay.
Okay.
What do you think? You guys want to do a yay
Yeah,
or
I'm
nay?
with you.
Sure.
You're with us?
Yeah.
All right. Let me get
2 minutes.
I get 2 minutes to do the yay or nay. Here we go.
Are you with me? Yeah.
Which one means yes? Yay.
All right. Today's yay or nay is Two Chicks Sparkling Citrus Margarita, tequila with natural flavors. This is at 5% alcohol by volume. Tequila, lemon, and lime cocktail. Two Chicks. From what I
All right.
understand, we're
Can, ready to go.
This is an RTG, ready to go. RTD means ready to drink, but if you put it in some sort of vehicle that won't break, so other words, not in glass, you're an RTG.
Right.
Ready
you
to
can
go.
Take
You
it
can
to
take
the
it anywhere.
beach or other places that may not allow you to have glass. And this one was chilled. You put this in a little bit of ice before you.
Yes,
served
this one is chilled. Got a nice nose to it. You can definitely smell this the citrus. The lime's popping on it.
1 minute.
Well, with the advent of summer and some of those
This is
crisper,
really good.
more refreshing
great.
drinks, this is right in that kind of bandwidth, and I'm going to give it a yay.
I'm going to give it a yay too.
Oh, 2 yays.
Yeah.
Two Chicks got 2 yays, and I'm gonna say today you are both correct. It is a yay. This is actually really nice. It's refreshing. I like the fact that they're using tequila. This is not one of those malt.
Just adding
Based-
alcohol.
just
They're getting
basically,
some
yeah.
flavor from
They're
it.
getting some flavor from the tequila, but they're also adding a distilled spirit, which I think is a lot better than doing as Randall had put. What was the non-alcoholic White Claw? What did you call that one?
White D-Claw.
Declaw. That was good. I think they should use that. But I think this is really good.
Great by the pool, great at the beach.
Ray's already looking forward to summer.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Okay, time to wrap
And
it
come
up.
by the store to taste the open bottle of this fantastic wine.
Yeah,
that you
don't forget
picked up
that.
at the Tresor.
Trésor.
Tresor.
Trésor.
And we'd like to thank our listeners for listening. And be careful out there on the roads and with these events. We joke about alcohol, but we want you to be safe. So
Be
thank
responsible, please.
you. It's the liquor time.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Great job, guys. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you. Thank you, Ted. We'll talk to you later.